So do I look at the camera or do I look at you?
Both. You take turns. That's what you do. Like, you look at me. If you're talking to me, if you're talking to them, you look at them. That's the lens is the audience.
Okay. So this is our outtakes, right?
Sure.
It's random
I
snips.
Not.
Random
1,
snips.
2, 3.
Vlogging every week for you.
I'm nervous.
I'm the newbie, not you. I stay away from cameras and you have me going out to the world.
Yeah, kind of.
Now, how much do I love you?
Goodbye. I guess we should start at some point, shouldn't we?
Hi.
Hey, Snippets.
I exist. I'm real.
I have a mother. I know. I've talked about my mom before, and I tweet to my mom all the time, but you've never seen her, and she exists. Here she is. This is my mom. Say hi.
Hi.
Introduce yourself, I guess, because you're a newbie.
I'm Mom.
You don't know how this ASL. Don't you know age, sex, location? Like, don't.
Age, sex, location.
Haven't you ever been on AIM?
Do you want me to tell them how old I am? I mean, I don't care.
How old are you?
I'm 63.
There you go.
And
63 and a half and proud.
I'm a mom and a female mom.
I
And
think that's
I'm
the
in
only kind of mom you can be, Mom.
I'm in Caleb's cabin.
Can you be more than a female mom?
This is why he hasn't put me on camera before.
Yeah. So today I thought I would tell you guys the story of stop it.
Your brain.
Oh, yeah. The story of when I had my brain surgery. And since I was 12 when it happened, I figured I'd have my mom here to help me tell the story because she remembers a little bit more than I do.
When you were born, I said he has a big head, but it was within normal limits.
No. Okay, whatever.
You are always within normal.
No, hold on. I'm gonna prove a point. This is my baby picture. Does this look normal to you? No, it doesn't. Point proven.
But he was so sweet, and everybody always loved Caleb. At the grocery store, people would stop and say, "Oh, he's so sweet, and he's such a good baby."
That's just a mom thing to say.
So when he was about 18 months old, I thought his development is okay, but it's just, I'm questioning some of his speech development. We brought in a speech therapist. She checked on his development and she said, yeah, he's within normal, but that's, I don't know, let's watch him. 6 months later, she came back and said everything's fine, except he kept having headaches. We'd always think, oh, we're doing this wonderful thing for him and taking him to the 4th of July, and we are being such good parents and providing this wonderful experience for him. He always ended up crying. Wanting to go home.
Crying hardcore. Yeah, because my little baby head with that much of a head couldn't take all that noise.
Every year in school, I'd have to write down, if he says he has a headache, you have to believe him. All the time I was telling the doctor, he has headaches all the time, he has headaches all the time. And the doctor kept saying, wait until he's 12. They won't do anything about it till he's 12 anyway. They didn't see the kid I saw when he was having a headache. So when he was 12, we were in a car accident that almost killed all of us. And his headaches got escalated after that to the point where he was throwing up. And the headache wouldn't resolve after a day and a half. And I said, that's it. We're going to the doctor again. This doctor, who happened to be a state senator, so I don't know if that... for whatever reason, anyway. He was a doctor and a state senator, and he said, we're going to check this out. Sent him to an MRI. The next day, the doctor himself called me and said, I've seen your son. I see how he functions, and I don't know how he can function at this level. He has Dandy Walker.
Silver lining.
So, car accident. Finally, we find out what's causing all these headaches. A few days later, we took him to the emergency room because the pressure in his head was getting so intense that it was life-threatening. They got that under control and we had plans for surgery. They were supposed to, the doctor was going to collaborate with some very famous Paris physicians. They were going to try some new things on him. But again, a couple of weeks later, his headaches got life-threatening again. And they said, we've got to do this now. We can't wait. So into the hospital we went. Caleb goes under anesthesia, which you should see the clips of when he had his pre-meds and he was kind of not quite all the way there. Your
There's
sister.
video of that?
There's video of that.
Why is there video of
There's
that?
video of that.
That needs to not be there.
You came out of surgery
There's a but.
and it
Got it.
was unpleasant.
The first thing I remember from waking up is I woke up and I was like laying on my side, and I remember like I looked out and I saw Mom and I was crying and I was like, "Mommy, can we take it back?"
Yep, that's what he said.
And then Mom said no. I remember heading to surgery. I was laying on the what was that?
Stretcher?
Sure. They told me they showed me the gas mask they were gonna gas me with. All right, they're like, okay, this is gonna smell like strawberry. And this is gonna put you to sleep. I had stayed up the whole night before because what 12-year-old knows they're gonna have brain surgery at like 8 a.m. the next morning and isn't up all night freaking out? So I stayed up all night. So I was exhausted. So when I was on the stretcher on the way to the operating room, I didn't even need the anesthesia. I fell asleep on the way to the operating room. They're like, okay, this is what's gonna put you to sleep. I was like, all right, sure. And then I just got laid back down and I went to sleep, and then I woke up and it was done. I don't have any recollection of how it happened or what went on during it or anything.
They gave you a cool blanket. And at 12, you thought that was pretty comforting.
Probably, yeah.
And-
is there any other part to this
And your
story?
sister just would not leave your side.
My sister Hannah was very, very comforting. She was with me through the whole thing, and that was very nice. It was nice to have a sister with me.
And we didn't know exactly what the success of it.
I mean, it's 7 years later, and I'm still here, so I mean, I guess it kind of worked.
They couldn't remove all of the fluid off from the cyst because then you would have negative pressure in your head, and the headaches would be from
That would be
the
bad.
opposite reason.
So basically, I have a tube in my head that runs from here down through my neck down to my stomach, and so if you ever meet me in person, ask to feel it because it feels really cool.
It's there.
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah.
I won't think it's weird. I have people feel it all the time. It's not weird, I promise. So I have what, like 2/3 of a brain?
Probably 2/3 of the brain. And
Cool life story.
Half of a corpus, about half of a corpus callosum, and half of a cerebellum.
That's part of your brain.
Yes.
Is there any other part to this story? I'm 19 and I'm still alive and hope to be alive till I die.
You still have headaches, but not as often and not as severe. You do have trouble processing some information because
I'm very clumsy too.
the right side of his brain has trouble communicating with the left side of his brain because of the shortened corpus callosum.
I think that's kind of all of it, isn't it?
I think that's all. Bye, everybody. Maybe he'll invite me back someday, but I don't know. Maybe
No, you
not.
can't. Okay, you can't leave. Thank you to my mom for being on my video with me today. Stay awesome, guys. Bye.
Bye.